General MacArthur drops an atomic bomb.
Hello everyone, welcome back. This is turn 4 of Operation Backstop. It is now the Allies' turn. It was quite the turn 4 for the Communists. We're going to play out this turn and kind of determine what's going to happen. Quick note, the Chinese elected to keep 1 infantry in Burma. And then also, for the last 2 turns, we realized that this Russian fleet was sitting on a convoy marker, so we subtracted 12 IPC from NATO to counter, because they would have gotten it for full, because it's 3 and 3, so they would have gotten it for full, so we subtracted 12 IPC from NATO this turn. Purchases. America went all out with the money it won from Beijing. They're doing 2 diplomacy, 2 tech, a miner, a destroyer. Got to replace the strategic bomber they lost in the Pacific. 3 tanks, 2 infantry, another tank, and 2 destroyers. NATO going for tech, 3 tanks and 2 jets. SATO, 3 tanks, 2 diplomacy, and 2 infantry. So we'll do the diplomacy first. Russia is going to try and counter both. They're going to roll 1 die per person. So the United States is once again, is going to go for Spain. And they fail. So Russia doesn't need to roll. And SATO is going to go for, is actually going to go for Mongolia this turn and see if they can get it. Okay, they got a 6. Now we got to see what the communists roll. Nope. So Mongolia now joins SATO. So it's 5 IPC. Yep, 5 IPC for SATO. 5. We'll get markers and we'll update that. So let's see here. Well, we'll update that and then we'll be back with the attacks. Well, and once again, my duddedness, I forgot to do the tech rolls again. So NATO and the United States. NATO is again going for heavy tanks. And the United States is going to go for, let's see here. The United States is going to go for, let's go for, let's see, between heavy tanks and R&D, because then I could unlock B-52s or then I could drop down into the national one and do B-52s or aircraft carriers. Well, this game's probably going to end after this turn, so we'll actually just we'll do heavy bombers. I mean, we got 1 strategic bomber here, and then after the nuke, if we use the nuke. Yeah. Okay, so the U.S. for heavy bombers, they got it. And NATO for heavy tanks. And they still don't get it. Man, NATO has not been able to get the heavy tanks this game. Alright, so now that the Americans have heavy bombers, they now get the heavy bomber bonus of rolling 2 dice per attack. So that'll help them very much. Okay, so going to attacks. Don't think there was really much in Europe the Allies were going to try and do, except we were going to do, I can't remember how I wanted to do this. Okay, yeah, I remember. So here's how it's gonna go. We are going to launch a combined raid against the communist air fleet in Slovakia. They used a nuke. We're going to use a nuke. Going to use that bomber, and he's going to be protected by this jet. And then I had others. That jet, and then I had others. Oh, yeah. And then this jet and fighter from southern Germany. Yeah, that jet and that fighter from southern Germany. And then these two jets from southern Italy, we're going to protect it as well. So we'll see what we can do. And since he'll only have he'll have 4 fighters to scramble for this fight. Well, actually, he'll probably no. He said he'd scramble the 2 jets as well from Germany, because Germany has an air base, so he'll scramble the 2 jets from Germany as well. So that'll be the air battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna be close.
I'm getting.
Sorry about that, guys. I'll probably have a couple interruptions during this video. Kids here and stuff like that. So that's the one attack. So the air raid into Slovakia. Don't think I really can make any. I can't make the naval battle. And actually the United States, I almost forgot. He's gonna make a purchase to repair their battleship, their damaged battleship that's sitting here by London, since London does have a has one of those. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to do in Europe this turn. I mean, we're kind of looking pretty even, but since I'm dedicating a good chunk of my air power, well, I'm going to take a risk. I know I just barely outnumber him, but since we'll see how it goes with this turn, I'm going to take the Army of the Rhine from northern Germany, and it's going to attack with these 3 tanks. This tank is coming in. These 3 torpedo bombers will join the attack, and the rest of the strategic bomber fleet from France will go in. Okay, so then there's all that. I think those are the only 2 attacks in Europe that I'm going to make this turn. Yes, those will be the only attacks I make in Europe this turn. Over in the Pacific, the Sato army is going to move out from Malaya and attack them in Burma. The US is going to come into East Pakistan, liberate that for Sato. Up here in the north, I don't think we're going to do anything up there in the north right now. The American Sato forces here in Peking, I don't think it's smart to move them off just yet to go and conquer anything. But at least now that we have, now that Sato is here, Sato will be able to, since Sato flipped Mongolia, will be able to help there. So I think that'll be all the attacks this turn for the Allies. Or actually, you know what? Shoot. We didn't see this as the communists, but we'll do this. Here, pick up 1, 2, land in Hong Kong. These guys will provide defense. You guys will also kind of come in here. Not much is really going to happen with that. So we'll take Hong Kong back for 3. Okay. So that'll be all the attacks. So we'll start over here. We'll start here first, since this is going to be quick. So we'll attack in Burma. So we've got 2 artillery, so 2 infantry, 2 artillery. Well, this is going to stay back. So infantry, mech, 2 artillery, 6 tanks, 2 fighters, and a jet. All right, so 4 for 2. And we got him. And the Chinese will fire back. Misses. All right, so Sato marches back into Burma. That's another 1. Now they're both sitting at 34. Okay. Now over into Europe. So now, okay, we'll start with the air battle first. I have to get the tripod working a little better. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, kind of want to battle board this a little bit. Okay, so we got. Oh, huh. Dang it. So I'm going to just kind of set it up on a battle board here. So we got 4 jets that'll hit on a 2 or less for the bombing raid. We got a fighter that'll hit on a 1. And then we got the bomber. The Russians are defending with 4 fighters for 1. And 2 jets. Or wait, well, now that there's a ground battle. Shoot. I can't remember. Well, now that there's a ground battle, I didn't double check with him what he wanted to do if I went into northern Germany, if he'd want to keep the jets there or keep them here. We'll just play it as keep it here. Okay, so the Allies have, okay, so 1 fighter for 1, misses, 2, and then 4 fighters for 2. Wow, they all missed. Okay, the Russians have 4 fighters for 1. They got 1 fighter. Gosh, darn it, this thing, I tell you what. So they got 1, and then they're 2 jets for 2. They got no, and they did pretty well this turn. However, the bomber still makes it in. So let's see here. It does. They do have a factory, so they do get a anti-aircraft gun roll. Whoops. It misses. So now the atomic bomb is dropped. We'll see what we kill on the ground. He's got 3 tactical bombers and 2 strategic bombers because they can't scramble to aid in strategic bombing raids. Although since I'm sure he would, they would have scrambled for the ground battle in Germany. So, yeah. Okay. So here's for the atomic bomber. Okay, 6. So the 2 Soviet strategic bombers are dead. And that's that battle. So now I'll probably have to pause for a minute to set up the other battle, the battle for Germany, because that's going to be a pretty big one. So just give me a minute, and then we'll be back with the fight for northern Germany. All right, so now we move on to the massive battle for Germany. Each battle is 3 rounds, so every battle in this game is 3 rounds. So put a little dice here to remind myself what round it is. So this is going to be the first round. There is an anti-aircraft gun, so all of the Allied fighters are going to have to be shot against. So let's go for that. So he's got 2 fighters. 1 is hit. Or the Allies have 2 fighters, 1 is hit. 3, 4, 5 tactical bombers. 5 tactical bombers. 1 is hit. 1 jet, miss. I'll roll for the 3 NATO strategic bombers. All make it. And the American strategic bomber. Misses. Okay, here we go. All right, so for the first round of combat, the Allies have, good Lord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. They have 20, 20 for 2. So that's 2 hits. That was rolling in 5 dice increments, so that's 5. One more, 10. Whoops. 2 more for 15. Ah, dang it. 2 more for 15. Actually, no. I already pulled the 2 off. That was supposed to say 2 more for 15. And 5 more for 20, and that's another 2. Okay, now onto the tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 11 for the tank. 11 for tanks plus 1 more. So that's going to be 12 for 3. 3. 3 for 5. 3 for 10. And then 1 for 12. Okay, so now we have 4 tactical bombers. 3. 1 jet, miss. 3 NATO bombers, hit. And then the American strategic bomber, which is a heavy bomber, and it got 2 hits. Okay, so now, oops, these Russian attacks hit on a 3 for defense. Okay, so now the Russians shoot back with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 for 2. 2 for 5. 1 for 10. 2 for 15.
We have a question.
2 for 15. 1 for 20. I said 22. And 1 for 22. Okay, and then they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then they got 10 for 3 or less. 1 for 5. Ooh, 4 for 10. Okay. So let's see here. After the first round of combat, let's see here. So they're gone. They're gone. This is gone. This is gone. So this is what we're looking at. Honestly, I think we'll go for round 2. A round 2 of attacks. I think NATO might just break through. I don't know what is going on with this camera. Okay, so now they are attacking with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 for 2. It's 1 for 5. Two more for 8. And then what did we have? We had 1, 2. Oh, we had 12 for 3. So 3 for 5. Oh, actually, hold on. No. Knowing Airsoft Commando, he would actually retreat from the battle. So we're actually gonna bring all that back. Probably gonna retreat. So let's see. So that's 3 for artillery. 1 doesn't make it back. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 tanks that are trying to retreat. Nope. All the tanks make it, and then all of his tactical fighters. And all of his tactical fighters made it. Alright, so that is the end of combat. All that has survived. All that for the Russians has survived. And that is the last battle. So I will get this all touched up, and we will go into the non-combat moves. Alright, so before we get into the non-combat, I realized I forgot to see what facility in Slovakia was max damaged. So a 1, 2, or 3 will be a max damage on the factory. A 4, 5, 6 will be max damage on his airbase. And his factory was max damaged for 6. Oops. No, I'll have to fix that. Okay, well. So now we've had the two atomic bombs be dropped in this game. All right, so non-combats. Let's start over here. U2 will come up to protect the battleship. U3 will come here. I'm gonna take one of these transports. Go 1, 2. Pick you guys up. 3. Drop you off in Portugal in case something happens. In Europe. Let's see. In France, these 3 infantry will move here to be sort of the ground guards for the new air army that formed in northern Germany. The nuke bomb went back to France. Its supporting fighters went back to Germany, or went back to southern Germany and southern Italy. Over here, this artillery guy is going to come here to Italy. I think that's it for there. Oh, the anti-aircraft guns that were in northern Germany move forward to the Rhine. Next. Okay. This tactical will move here to defend. These guys are going to go... Well, let's see. Yeah, these guys will come up here to reinforce Pakistan. Nothing to do here. This fighter, since it wasn't in an attack, will come and reinforce at Hong Kong. Next, let's see here. Next, oh, okay. So this transport's gonna take an infantry and tank and bring it to Peking. Oh, excuse me, take it to Peking. Then one of these transports is gonna come back, pick up an infantry, and pick up the other infantry and bring it back. So these all are heading for Peking as well to join the U.S. 8th Army station there. Let's see here. Outside of that, this NATO infantry is getting picked up. 1, 2, 3. He's going to drop off in Japan. I think, well, and then these two, we're going to head back towards Australia and get our forces that have been, get the rest of the NATO forces that have been stranded there the entire time. 1, 2, 3. We'll be nice. We'll provide you a destroyer escort. Or no, hold on a second. No, these guys came from here. So 1, 2. Oh no, they still make it. We'll provide a destroyer escort for them. This transport will just come over and join the fleet here, just to be guarded. I think that's it for non-combats this turn. Yeah. Okay, so we'll deploy. So Sato deploying 3 tanks in Malaya, 2 infantry in the Philippines. Oh wait, I did have another one. Real quick. We're going to shift these 3 over here as well, and you'll shift to Ulaanbaatar. Okay. All right, and then 3 NATO tanks in Belgium. The 2 jets. Yeah, the 2 jets will deploy here in southern Italy. Then for the United States, the big one. Okay, so transport, although now I'm thinking I shouldn't have done that, but okay. The miner is going to go into India. The strategic bomber is going to go to the United States. 3 tanks will deploy at the miner in Peking. And then the 2 infantry and tank, as always, will deploy onto Japan. So that is looking like that is it for the Allied turn. Let's see here. So the United States will get 67, top of the 3, so they'll have 70 total. So we'll just, the US has 70. NATO has 62. And then Sato 34 plus their war bonds roll. 1, so they have 35 total. Oh, that was the first time they hadn't gotten a roll of 5 in a long time. All right, so that is the end of the Allies' turn 4. I'll be in talks with Airsoft Commando to see if we're going to go for a turn 5, but it's kind of looking at the lay of the land. I don't think there's much left for the communists to do. I don't think they have a way of coming back at this point. They've been pushed out of Germany. China's lost Peking. Sato unlocked Ulaanbaatar, or unlocked Mongolia. So Yeah. I don't think the communists are going to be able to stifle up enough forces to get to their to meet any of the objectives, which on the European side, as I've described, is they have to capture 3 victory cities, whether that be Cairo, Rome, Paris, or London. And then in the Pacific, it's Calcutta, Manila, Hong Kong, Tokyo, and then Sydney and San Francisco. So, like I said, I'll be in talks with Airsoft Commando, and we'll see if this is it for the game. So until next time, guys, take care.